for today's event, which we are calling Meet the New Nor'easters. It's my pleasure to get things going to introduce our new Associate Vice President and Director of Athletics, Jack McDonald. Jack comes to UNE after a very distinguished career, 20-year career at Quinnipiac University. While at Quinnipiac, he successfully enabled them to make the transition from a Division II to Division I institution, and he was also very instrumental in the planning, fundraising, dedication of the TD Bank Sports Center, which is the home to Quinnipiac ice hockey and basketball. So with no further ado, I'm going to turn things over to Jack to offer a few remarks.
Well, thank you very much, Kurt. And wow, this is phenomenal. Thank you for everybody being here, particularly our athletic staff and campus community, and obviously the media of the greater Portland area. This is really, really neat. So I can't tell you how much I want to thank everybody for being here, and also want to thank Kurt and Joan for their great leadership over the past few months. You know, since my first coming to University of New England, I continue to be very, very impressed with the senior leadership, the athletic staff, and of course this beautiful scenic campus. In my first conversations with President Rippich and Senior Advisor John Tamil, I quickly felt their vision and their excitement, as well as the very talented and committed athletic staff. In my short time here, I've been very impressed with the experience, commitment, and enthusiasm of the entire athletic staff, and I'm thrilled to join them in hopefully assisting all with elevating our athletics program to the highest level possible. We're going to have a few questions later on, but at this time it's my great pleasure to introduce Rick Hayes, returning to the University of New England after 7 incredibly successful years at St. Joseph's, where Rick was New England was named the Coach of the Year and coached 13 student athletes to the All New England honors. I and our student athlete and athletic staff are thrilled to welcome Rick back to the University of New England campus community. Welcome, Rick.
Thank you. Thank you, and good morning. I would like to thank President Rippich, John Tamil, Jack McDonald, Kurt Smythe, and the entire UNE community for this opportunity. I'm pleased to return to the University of New England, a place where I started my collegiate coaching career as an assistant to Kate Roy, after which I left and became head coach at St. Joseph's College. In my 7 seasons there, my goal was to develop high-caliber student athletes who were successful in the pool. I look forward to leveraging UNE's academic programs, location, and facilities while maintaining and building upon the success the women's swim program has enjoyed here. In addition to the competitive success UNE has experienced, I'm committed to continuing the tradition of academic excellence. I'm proud to take over a program that has received Scholar All-American status over the past 22 consecutive semesters. I'm confident that this program and institution is capable of producing and drawing top talent for not only New England, but nationally as well. I've been in contact with the team, and we all seem to be on the same page in terms of our vision, our goals, and expectations, and we're anxious to get started. Again, I would like to thank everyone who had a hand in bringing me back to the University of New England. I'm very excited for this new professional challenge, and I really do feel like I'm coming home back to UNE. So, thank you.
Thank you, Rick. And again, you can all start thinking like when I used to teach a class, I'd make everybody ask a question. So please feel free to ask Rick and Kevin and myself some questions after we're done with our introductions. In addition to Rick returning to the University of New England, we have Kevin returning to the state of Maine. It's my pleasure to introduce Kevin Swallow as our new men's ice hockey coach. Kevin brings to the University of New England significant Division III success as a coach, as well as Division I academic and athletic success at Dartmouth and University of Maine as a student athlete. This past year in particular, Kevin was named the ECAC Coach of the Year after a 21-4-3 season, a league championship, and an invitation to the NCAA Division III tournament. I and our student athletes athletic staff are thrilled to welcome Kevin back to Maine and to the University of New England. Kevin.
Thank you everyone for coming today. I'd also like to take a minute to thank a few individuals for giving me the opportunity here at the University of New England. President Rippich, John Tamil, Jack McDonald, Kurt Smythe, Joan Howard, Dennis Layton. I was brought here to the University of New England to take the men's hockey program to the next level. That's exactly what I intend to do. With the great academics here at UNE, beautiful campus right on the ocean, one of the best facilities in Division III hockey, I see no reason why UNE cannot be a national power. We're going to pursue excellence on the ice, and we're also going to pursue excellence off the ice, in the classroom and in the community. Our student athletes are going to be held to a very high standard in everything that they do. I can't wait for October to get here and get going. Thanks again, everyone.
At this point, we will open up to questions both from the media and other guests in the room as well. If anybody's got any questions for the three staff members up front.
Free tickets, who asked the first question?
Tickets to what?
What do you consider the foundation of the athletics program here? I guess the state of the program that you're coming into.
It's really the staff. I just, everything we do in this world is about people, and whether it be student athletes or staff or campus community, and clearly, as good as this beautiful facility is, as good as the scenic campus is, that the athletic staff and is probably equally, and if not better. They really make it happen. They make the lives of the student athletes as good as they can be, and I've sensed that since my first visit.
I heard recently that you're going to be putting in some tennis courts. Do you envision a tennis team in the future?
Well, it's still part of a plan. Nothing's finalized at all. We're looking at a master plan for all of athletics and what can enhance, all of our students' livelihood here, and whether that be varsity sports or club sports. But I've heard the same thing you have, but I have not. We haven't seen anything final yet. So there's a lot of exciting things here that we're all going to benefit from.
Kevin, the UNE hockey team roster usually has some talented people from Maine on the team, so how important is it for you to evaluate the talent we have right in the state and bring them to this Division III program?
Absolutely. Some of the best players on the current roster are from Maine, and there's a lot of talent within the state here. So, I'd love to continue bringing the local talent in. I think it's a great draw for those student athletes. But I'd also like to recruit nationwide and bring in talent from all over the country as well.
This question's for Rick.
Sure.
Rick, you coach under Kate Roy, and you're very familiar with the program here, but bringing your own new ideas into it, do you see it more of a kind of a seamless transition, or are you excited to institute some change into the program?
I honestly think it's going to be very similar. Kate and I, one thing I realized, first day we hit the pool deck together, was we were very similar to the point where we almost did the exact same meet warm-ups, coming from two completely different places and coming together and saying, well, if you tweak that, it's the exact same thing. I think as far as expectation-wise, it's going to be very similar and very seamless. Implementation, there may be a few differences here and there. But honestly, I think I'll put my own spin on it, but it'll be pretty seamless, I would hope.
Question for Rick as well. What would the recruiting base be for swimming? How wide do you have to cast the net to bring a team
Anywhere.
in?
Honestly, if somebody's interested in the University of New England, I want them here. I love Maine kids. But I don't limit myself to that at all. Just in conversation with Kurt, I've gotten a couple of interest emails from folks as far south as Virginia. So, my focus is going to be all over the place and wherever we can bring the best talent here, and the folks that will fit into the UNE community the best.
Question for Kevin. In just 3 years at Nichols, you were able to transform a program that was right around 500 previous to your arrival to a national caliber program. How were you able to do that in such a short amount of time?
A lot of it had to do with the culture of the program. I was able to come in pretty quickly, change the culture, create a culture of excellence. As I mentioned before, it starts off the ice in the classroom, in the community. Making sure you're bringing the right kids to campus. Looking for leaders, kids who are staying out of trouble, doing the right things in every aspect of their life. That carries over to the ice. We definitely had a committed team at Nichols. Guys were dedicated, they were disciplined. So creating that culture definitely helped us, change things around so quickly.
This question for all three, if you can answer. Where do you see strength and conditioning fitting into your programs? And it kind of curtails off the cultural side of it. I'm the coordinator of strength and conditioning, so anything I can do to help you guys would be awesome. But I'd like to hear a little bit on your thoughts.
I'd love to have a conversation with you today.
Do
I
it.
think we'll be good friends.
Awesome.
Now that's again, that's off the ice. It starts now. It starts hopefully in the coming months. Guys preparing for the season. If they think they're going to show up middle of October and practice for 2 weeks and go in and win our first game and have success this year, they're delusional because it starts now. And guys they have to be putting in that work off the ice if we're going to be successful on the ice.
I would say the same. A misconception is swimming is just back and forth in the pool. It's really a full body workout in the pool, out of the pool. So I guarantee you and I will have a lot of conversations as far as getting them ready, and it also serves as preventative of that repetitive use injury. So yes, very excited.
And I'm old enough to know the days when we didn't have any of that. And it's like nutrition and all the other things that all of us should be paying attention to. It's a very, very important component of really our daily lives, not just student athletes.
Jack, you're relatively new here, and you got 2 exciting hires right here, and I'm sure a lot of people in this room, with all the changes and things going on at UNE, would like to know what's next for UNE athletics.
Well, in addition to these 2 great coaches, we have a bunch of you sitting here as well. And I think for me, what's next is just to get to know everybody and their particular mission as a coach or a student athlete. And then obviously work with President Rippich and John Tamil to see, okay, what can the athletic department do to help the entire mission of the university, whether it be new programs or upgrade our academic success. I'm a big component of community service, which I think is incredibly important. So I think just going to build consensus, Anthony, so that we know that whatever we want to do with the university is right there behind us. Likewise, we want to do for the university things that they think is important. So I think building consensus is probably the one thing that I want to try to do. And after that, whether it's new facilities or new sports or new programs, again, whatever those are will be something we all think is the right thing.
Hi, I'm Amy Hale. I'm the Senior Director of Advancement Operations, and I work with alumni. And athletics is not only important to student athletes, but to the whole UNE community. It makes alums very proud and students very proud. And I was wondering if you could talk to how you think the role of athletics will contribute to the overall UNE community. A lot of Nor'easter pride.
Well, thank you.
A lot of it already.
Yes, well, and thank you for being here
Yeah.
today. It's really important that we have all members of the community. Clearly, alumni relations, development, advancement are incredibly important, and not only for whatever people can do to help us in donations, but it gives us an opportunity to communicate with them. And I am an internet, I guess that's a better way of saying it, and really want to communicate with as many of our constituencies as possible, whether it be moms and dads and grandparents or alumni or businesses in the area. So it really is important that we do that. And then it sort of just lifts all the spirits of everybody, and when there is success in these 2 sports or all of our other sports, that we'll have an immediate way of letting them know that we have a team in the NCAA tournament and it's out in a different state. Please come and watch us, and we'll have a reception. And so I'm a big believer in just communicating with people, and probably the best way is advancement and development in alumni affairs. That's really, and obviously parents, very important. So I'm thrilled that you're here. That's a great statement on your support of athletics, and now we have to do the same for you.
I'd like to thank you for being here for this portion of today's event. We would invite you all to stick around and enjoy some lunch, and hopefully get a chance to mingle and have some more detailed conversations with our 3 new staff members. But thank you very much for attending.